Welcome to the Downtown, brought to you by Arlington Citizen Media. I am Daryl Smith Jr., and across the internet for me is...
I am Rody John, and across the interwebs for me is... Amy's on sabbatical, so she will be back next week.
On today's show, we talk with urban tree merchants about how they build their wonderful furniture and other wood pieces, where and how they source the wood, and the spirit of community that they have found since starting.
We also sit down with Patrick Whitfield from Ellabees about how he went from being the Dallas Cowboys executive chef to owning his own restaurant.
Man,
From AT&T Stadium.
That sounds like a great story.
Yeah. It actually really starts, you'll hear later, with his grandmother, which the place is named after, Ellabees. She taught him everything he knows about cooking, and, normally kids get shooed out of the kitchen. He got to help and learned how to cook and has loved it ever since.
I think that's great. We've got a couple of restaurants around here, like Brandon Hurtado said that, the reason that he does barbecue is because his grandpa, he cooked a lot and he really, enjoyed that about his grandfather and about his family. And you can see it here too. I love it. That's the kind of thing that story about those kind of restaurants is you want to hear those stories and, it's cause it's good. It's good. All good stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah. My girlfriend and I went down to Ellabees, and not only did they have great live music, the drinks were fantastic. Everything we ate was spectacular. And we can't wait to go back, honestly. So,
man, that's two restaurants with familial connections that are just bangers in the restaurant scene here in our city.
Yeah, and it's Arlington born and bred, so even better.
So what have you been up to? I mean, I know that I've seen the Instagram photos, so you've been out and about. Where you been?
Oh, where have I been? I've been to El Arroyo. I went to Inclusion last week and had an interview with Ann from Chaps Burgers, so we'll have that coming up later. Who else? What else have I done? I talked to Justin Rojas from Team Envy about how they are going to be working with high school and middle school about how esports work on all levels, which is going to be great. Another interview to look forward to. So
is he a 3-time guest now? 4-time? 5-time?
Yes, he is a 3-time.
Man, so he's coming up on that jacket too.
From Team Envy.
Yeah.
5-time club.
Man, we should do a whole episode where we talk to both of them and then boom, 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 like they get to both wear it and, sign it.
I would love that.
Be great. I went to putt-putt. That's what
nice.
I did. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but it has rained a lot, so a lot of the holes had water in them.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, it's fun and gross. A lot less fun now that I'm 38, but you know what? It's fine. I did it. It's fine. I'm still alive and kicking, so it's not like, I got any sort of communicable disease from the water. I didn't get dysentery.
There you go. Did you go to Alley Cats next door?
We didn't because we could not because we were with our friend Sergio. So
yes.
he can only go to putt-putt, and he did, and we did, and we had fun, and I almost won, and that never happens.
Oh yeah, nice. Did you? What was the theme of the names?
The theme of the
last time I played with him, we had I think it was 70 sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you imagine 70 sports stars being?
That's a fun theme.
Yeah.
For those not what we do in our group of friends is when we play putt-putt, we have a theme to the names. You don't just put your name. That's not fun. I mean, it's fine. I'm not saying you have to do it this way, but we have a theme to the names. Our theme was Karate Kid / Cobra Kai. I was John Kreese, so I was the bad guy. Our friend Sean was Daniel LaRusso's mom, Lucille, and Sergio was Allie. So, fun times. It was good. Fun game. Little muggy because we've had 950 gallons of water dropped on us in the last 4 days. But you know what? It was a good time.
Yeah. I mean, not the best weather, but it is still great to be outside. You got to find those patches where it's not raining and get out there.
Yeah, that's what I did this week with my garden. I was like, great, it's going to stop raining for 20 minutes. And so I was out there, and then I did some weeding, and then I got eaten by mosquitoes, and now I'm dead.
Yeah, I got to put some, I got to spray my yard because I got a BBQ coming up.
That's right.
So I don't want people not wanting to hang outside.
You definitely don't, because you have a nice backyard. I should know. I used to live there.
Good. So I also got to mow it when it again stops raining.
I think you may, after tomorrow, you might get a chance to, if you don't get your mower stuck in the mud, which is also a distinct possibility. My backyard is a lake right now. So my greenhouse is a lake. I can't even go in there because there's so much water in the ground.
Oh no.
Texas in May.
Yeah. Either you're super hot or you're covered in rain. So sometimes in the same day.
All right, we are here with Kelly and Caleb from Urban Tree Merchants. How are y'all today?
Doing well. How are y'all?
Very good. It's a very cool April day, but better than being a very hot April day like last week. So.
Always.
So I guess the first question is, what is Urban Tree Merchants? How did it come about? Like, what do you guys do?
You want to take it or me?
I'll go for it, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Just started with me climbing trees and seeing how much wood we throw away in the Metroplex just because of efficiency. I don't know why we haven't looked at the source before, but it's now a really growing industry, and I just started cutting stuff with a chainsaw and made a chainsaw mill, and just it's turned into this.
So what is it that y'all do for people that may not know?
We take trees from the Metroplex that are coming down for one reason or another and turn them into anything that you can think of out of wood, furniture, art pieces.
Incredible, by the way.
Right.
Like they look so good.
Thank you.
It's not just like a table that we're talking. This is like a very nice looking table. Like the wood looks great. Like
Thank you.
it's one of those when the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this is not only like a functional piece of furniture. This is art.
Yes.
So
That's what's so cool about wood and trees, and what we really like to do is bringing out that life, and we call it giving a tree a second life, right? Because
100%.
trees die, it happens, or they have to be removed for one reason or another. So we work with local tree care companies, and when a tree is removed, we're able to give it a second life in your home or office. And it's all about, with Caleb's background in tree care and tree work, he can really see a tree and kind of get an idea of what's going to look best, and then bring out that beauty that's inside the tree, like opening up, an egg or a box of chocolates or whatever. You never know what you're going to get, but you can really kind of paint such a gorgeous picture with the grain and the coloring. And it's just so incredible when he's milling it to see those cuts and see what's going to be inside.
Right. So where do you find the wood for your creation?
I mean, you kind of talked about it, but I mean, when you say you have a relationship, they'd say, "Hey, we're cutting down this 100-year-old tree. Come take a look at it," because they're big trees.
That happens with Tree Hugger Tree Service in Arlington. They will call us, and we share a little lot with them. So they'll bring the log right back to where our mill is. That's nice. But that one company, and then Tree Shepherds is who my dad started that company, and they're in Denton County. They keep logs as well, but just between those two, I mean, we are selective about what we keep, and I can't keep up with how many logs we get. So, just the two tree companies, and then we get, now that our website's pretty established, we get requests through there. People let us know, hey, we're removing this tree. Do you want the log, or what are our options with it? So it's starting to, I guess, be more on people's mind. That's kind of our goal, is to just,
It's kind of called the urban wood industry, or urban wood is kind of a term that's coming around now for that concept of all the stuff that's within a metroplex, within a city, at someone's house, et cetera, and then how to repurpose that instead of going out and cutting down stuff in a forest or that sort of thing. There's all of this natural resource all around, and so it's just kind of figuring out how to work that into to the system whenever someone needs a furniture or something like that created.
Right.
Yeah, I think when I saw the photos for the first time, I've seen other things like this before. Like, I mean, the thing I think of all the time in my head is like Nick Offerman's workshop, where he does kind of the same thing, right? And I was really like, oh, that's I look at it, I was like, well, that's like here. That's like down the street from me, you know? Like, this is crazy. Like, this stuff, this really cool, like, reclaimed wood sort of, it's happening here in Arlington. I think that's really great because, I mean, we are a big metropolitan area, like 4th biggest in America, I think. So, like, between here and, like you said, Denton, or like out as far east to like Terrell, there's all, I mean, think about the number of trees.
It's amazing how much, it's tons of wood every day. Go to the landfill, just chopped up into little pieces and all mulched up. So,
and so I think it's great that you are able to take what like would end up in a landfill and turn it into something like beautiful and something that, I mean, especially when you think about how long you can have a piece of wood like that.
Yes.
You could hand that down for generations,
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Yeah.
One of our
No, go ahead.
Well, one of our favorite projects that we got to work on was the 100-year-old pecan tree. And it had been in this family or as a part of their property for all of those years or whenever they bought it. And so when the tree died, the tree care company that removed it, we had a relationship with them. And so they said these people are interested in bringing some of it inside. And we were able to take that tree and turn it into, 3 accent walls, a bench, a dining room table, a mantle, and 2 frames for pictures of the tree that they had. So now those are pieces. And I think we also made a couple things that they sent to their kids as well, so that their kids were able to have a memento from that tree. And so it's just incredible to be able to bring that in. And so now they still get to live with that tree and live with those experiences. And the bench and the table will last generations just because of how solid and what quality wood it was. And so now, even though the tree died, it still will live on for another 100 years easily.
Right.
And so it's just so rewarding and just incredible to be able to see that and just help the tree to move on to the next phase of its existence.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's great to like we're talking about like the kids having a picture with the wooden frame of the tree or whatever. Like eventually they'll have the bench, and then the bench gets passed down, and then you're gonna be able to talk about that. Oh yeah, that bench you're sitting on right there, that's a 200-year-old tree that we had on the property forever.
Used to climb
Exactly.
and I broke my arm falling out. Yeah, all those.
I love
things.
that piece will have a story even after it's that wood will have a story even after it's no longer living, as a tree in the ground.
Right. Now, do y'all also help plant trees as well? I mean, you guys obviously it's I guess it's kind of dead, but you're making it have a second life. Are you then also turning around and planting trees as well, so that you guys, not for yourselves but for other generations?
Yeah, we haven't gotten into that yet. It's definitely on the agenda.
Yeah.
But Tree Hugger Tree Service does, and they donate a portion of their profits to I think it's called World Planet. And they 1% of everything of their revenue goes to planting trees. And so as we get bigger and have more space, we would like to have a little tree farm and be able to give trees to customers that have them removed if they want to replant them. And that would be good.
Yeah. With Caleb's background, he does have the knowledge to help someone, coach them on what kind of tree is going to be best for an area and that sort of thing. So he can consult on different types of tree issues and tree planting as well. So we did help some friends plant a tree in their yard not too long ago, and it was exciting to see, we had a lot of anticipation or anxiety to see whether or not it was going to make it through that freeze that just happened, because it was still a real baby tree, and so we were always checking in on them. But it's doing well.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so it is fun to be able to kind of see, okay, some woodworker in 100 years is going to be able to do something with this piece. Yeah.
Man, there's a story there too. Like, oh yeah, this woodworker planted it, and then 100 years from now, this woodworker is going to turn it into a table.
Yes.
So, do you have like a favorite pieces that you've done, or like anything that just kind of sticks out as something that you really are like, wow, I'm stoked that I made this?
Yeah, it's hard to think of anything. I mean, my favorite part of all of it probably is working with the tools and machines, and so building the router table, the plane pieces is probably in the mill. The first mill is probably my favorite part of it. In terms of furniture, that bench that she was talking about, that was probably the most, because it had wooden legs that were like from the trunk.
Wow.
And the router table, I made it so that I could plane legs, and it was all just machine perfect, and and it all just looked so good. All the line, it was nice.
Yeah, I love some of the epoxy pieces that we do,
Yeah.
maintaining those live edges and then incorporating some of the colors. We recently did one, it was cedar, and then we included purple epoxy with it,
Okay.
which cedar has all of these really rich
like
purples
reds
and reds that come out of it. And so at first I kind of thought, I don't know, that might contrast or kind of be weird, but it was just gorgeous the way it actually came out. So it's fun to kind of try and complement and bring colors out, and
Yeah.
So are you from Arlington? Like, did you grow up here? Like,
I grew up in Denton County,
Okay.
and then Kelly and I moved here in 2015
Okay.
to go to UTA.
Mhm.
So I just went there, and
Map up.
yeah,
I'm an alumni, so I'm here for it.
we love it here, and UTA was great, and I just worked on building the business. Kelly and I, just the infrastructure for it, the kiln, the mill, the planer table, while I was in school, and now it's turned into
A business.
business.
yeah.
So have you done a lot of work here for people in Arlington, or is it kind of all around the Metroplex?
All around the Metroplex, but a lot in Arlington. The Chamber of Commerce has been awesome, making connections there, and church, and just friends, word of mouth. And then now it's really starting to be a lot of organic traffic from the website.
That's good.
Really, yeah, the website was we did that during COVID. Just
I think that's where I came
Yeah.
across it, actually.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
what
was
is this? Okay,
It was
cool.
a good investment,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've obviously touched on people reaching out to you, not only from Arlington, but around the Metroplex. So how's the reception in Arlington community been for you?
Well, kind of talking about that a little bit with the Chamber of Commerce. But,
Right.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a great relationship with the chamber. We're very involved there, and I was at a ribbon cutting for a new business, Ellaby's.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
just talking about that.
Oh, yeah,
we just talked to
excellent.
Dr. Odom Wesley.
Okay.
She was literally just here.
Yes. So whenever I was at that the other day, and there were 2 or 3 people that came up to me just throughout the event randomly. Oh, I thought about you when I saw this, or oh, I was wondering if you ever do this, So it's really cool now that we've been established for a couple of years, and we've really started to show our face and be more of a presence, and now people are thinking of us on their own organically and coming up, and so it's just cool to see that growth and see that we're in people's minds and that people are excited about what we do, and they're thinking about like, oh, well, there's a tree coming down, I wonder if they want it, or or you know what, we want a new mantle in our house, I wonder if they can make us something. And so instead of just seeing that change from people, instead of going to Wayfair or whatever and buying something that was made in China, actually looking for what resources do we have here in our city. And Arlington's so great about that, just supporting the community and reinvesting here. And that's just something that's incredible about Arlington, is the camaraderie and almost the family atmosphere that people have for supporting each other here. And so it's fun to be a part of that, just watching this downtown area. We've lived kind of near Sanford House the entire time we've lived here in Arlington. So watching just everything in Urban Union grow and be created, and come from none of that was there whenever we first moved here.
That was a car lot.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And it's only been 6 years or so just to see everything that's happened. And now over here on this part of East Main, and so just watching, or West Main, I guess is where we're
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, we're
West
Main.
Main.
But East Main has some
The other
stuff
way.
going
Yes,
on.
but the same thing with, so it's so cool to see all of this grow and to just be in this part of the Metroplex.
Right.
You talk about that is one of the things. We've been doing this podcast for about 2 years now, and one of the things that we come back to from everyone we talk to is exactly what you're talking about. People saying, wow, everyone is coming together, they're building this community, they're very supportive, no one, it feels like in the city of Arlington, especially in the downtown area, everyone is rooting for each other to succeed.
Yes.
No one is oh no, I don't want that person here, or
they're not
I
cutting
don't
legs off from
yeah,
anybody.
No. Yeah.
everyone here wants to, and the good thing is we have such a different, we have bars, we have coffee shops, we have breweries, we have obviously what you guys are doing, our podcast. We have all these different groups coming together to build this thing here, very organically, and
Yes.
and in some ways outside of what the city is. The city is obviously doing what they're going to do, but a lot of the planning and stuff that's happening, what we're coming into is more like what you're talking about, more grassroots, more like we're going to make urban alchemy. We're going to make urban union. You know, the city didn't have anything to do with urban union. Like that was, you know, them going, hey, let's put the axe throwing place here and the brewery here. And so I think that what you're talking about, I have felt that in the city for the past 5 years, and I just feel it like getting even more growing and growing. I don't see any stop to it.
Right, like they keep building the entertainment area, but then the city is growing outside of it on its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh crap, how do we connect these things now? And it's like, well, it's not really that hard. Maybe talk to people inside the community.
Which they're doing. I will say,
Yes.
like we've talked to some of the city council people, and they do seem to be like, oh, there is something happening here. Let's harness it. Let's.
How do we support and
Right.
foster? And yes.
Yeah, if they want to talk to us, we have some other ideas too.
Sure, if you're listening.
Just saying.
We literally just talked to the city council person.
Yeah. We can get a bunch of them in a room together. I feel like we can make something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dr. Nunez loves us. Raul
does,
Gonzalez
yeah.
loves us.
Yeah, more music, more art.
That's like 2/3. That's
Absolutely.
like 3 people on the council right there.
Marvin Sutton. He's still on the
Yeah,
city council.
exactly.
So we have a segment on the show called Tournament of Toppings. We're trying to find the best pizza place in Arlington.
Okay.
What is y'all's favorite pizza place in Arlington?
Cane Rosso.
Okay, nice.
It's a good one.
Yes.
I was waiting for them to open last year.
Yes, I know.
We actually talked to someone who works there today, and she said that a lot of the waiting was on the pizza oven because it came from like Italy.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it took a
does.
while to like get to here, and then
That's
COVID
cool.
complicated it. And
Yeah, I know they had a lot of issues with just following them on social media and everything. You know, they were like, I don't know, like the sinks are supposed to be here today, the
Yeah.
sinks are supposed to be here tomorrow. You know, like the sinks were supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. Kind of all those things, but yes, they finally did open, and
And
I love Cane
we
Rosso.
went, we ate on the patio, my family and I, like I guess a month ago with my father-in-law, and he's lived in the Metroplex for a while, but he was, you know, I kind of watched him as he's, you know, looking at all the people that are at Urban Union and all the stuff that's in Urban Union, and he's like, man, this place really grew up. And I was like, yeah, like I bought my house like over by the hospital, Cooper and Randall Mill, specifically because of what was happening like around here,
Yeah.
because I was like, I want to be a part of this.
Right.
I mean, I grew up here, but then when I was ready to buy a house, I was like, I want to be close to this.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, kind of our next, or a goal of ours is to get, you know, have a direct connection with the city where we can get trees that they're taking down in their
Which they will.
parks.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know, or maybe even a place where tree companies can take their logs and large stuff to get converted. And then getting into businesses like Cane Rosso and just having some accent pieces or whatever it is that would help their space.
Yeah, I know the Rangers just, you know, gotten a new home, but I
Yes.
think that locker room could do
Yeah, that would be.
Absolutely.
100%.
If
you're listening.
Maybe
Sweet.
Cowboys as well. I don't know. I don't know the last time they updated that locker room.
Right.
But just saying,
Right, yeah.
those lockers need some new Arlington wood in there.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
needs an update.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We know the people. We'll just
And our new mayor might need a new desk.
that's
Absolutely. There you go.
Things.
For sure.
So, you know, if people want to find you on social media, online, how do they get in touch with you?
So everything's Urban Tree Merchants. So
Okay.
at Urban Tree Merchants on Instagram and Facebook, and then urbantreemerchants.com will show you all of our services, as well as some of our past projects and some things that are ready-made or our shop where we just kind of have some stuff for sale. And then, yeah, just reach out. We love having people out to the shop to do a shop tour. You can see all the stuff that we do. What's cool about us is we say we're a tree to table company, you know, kind of like you hear farm to table. So, because we can actually take you through every step of the process, from custom milling to the dimensions that are perfect for your finished piece. Or if you're a hobbyist or a woodworker, or you like to kind of do some stuff on your own, we can just help you out with different steps, different services along the way. So if you just need help planing a piece, or you need something dried, or you need some epoxy work done, but everything else you can do yourself,
Yeah.
we're happy to help you out anywhere
that's
that
cool.
we can.
My
So.
dad would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I
for
could take
sure.
him out there, he would
Ah,
go
that'd be
crazy.
great. Yeah,
Come
we
on
love
out.
giving tours and showing off our stuff. Most of our things, Caleb made himself. So he is incredibly skilled with welding and with all different kinds of aspects of I don't know, construction, engineering, different stuff.
Machining.
Machining,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know the
yeah.
words, man. So it's just a lot of fun to show off all the things that he does, and just that passion and creativity.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm so excited that you came out, and thank you for telling us about what you guys do out there. I can't wait to see what else you make. You know, maybe one day I can get something for my house.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
Yep,
exactly.
keep us in mind. Thanks
Will
for
do.
having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with Patrick Whitfield from Ella Bees. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, John?
I'm well.
That's good.
So, you guys just opened up. Like you said, you're about 3 weeks in. So you guys are catty corner to AT&T Stadium. So Randall Mill and Collins, for those people who want to know.
Yes.
How did Ella Bees come to be?
Well, Ella Bees was inspired by my grandmother. You know, working in the kitchen, early age. You know, back in the South in our rural town in Arkansas.
Okay.
Cooking was essential to the soul,
Yeah.
to the way of living for us as growing up as young kids. So you know, I stayed in the kitchen with her.
Right.
You know, just stayed in the kitchen, learning, just watching how she prepared and cook food, and then we all sat down and it was just like, you know, having Sunday dinner, you know, every day. So so that was my inspiration. But as far as with Ella Bees, naming it after her is very special to me. It means a lot to me, and you know, I just only to remember her and honor her is what inspired me to really open this restaurant and to name it after her. So.
Right. So, going through the menu, about how many recipes are hers, or just how many are kind of her staple, and then your spin on it?
Well, pretty much the whole menu is kind of, you know, I'd say about 75-80% is, you know, it's Southern cuisines like fried chicken, fried catfish, mashed potatoes, yams, green beans, cabbage, sweet butter corn, you know, just the Southern food, you know, and we twisted it with a little bit of my culinary experience, all my dealing with restaurants, and I used to be the chef for the Cowboys, so you know what I'm saying. So it was just one of the things that kind of I took that experience and wanted to create not so much of a Southern soul food restaurant, but just a little bit of casual, you know, a little bit of casual dining to it, you know, so you can have an experience with it.
Right.
So we kind of kept those. I incorporated a little bit of Cajun food, a little bit of
nice.
Jamaican food, a little bit of Nigerian food
Really?
into it. Yes, and those are add-ons to the menu. We just kind of added just some of the items just to kind of introduce the community to Ella Bees, Southern cooking, and then just you know, have like a melting pot of different type of cultures of food. So. Yeah.
That's amazing, because we do have some African markets here, and we do have a couple Jamaican restaurants, and then we have some Cajun and some soul, but all those together in one place.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a melting pot. It's just like, you know, you go to New York or California or different places. It's a melting pot of different ethnic food, you know. So so I wanted to create that in the restaurant. You know, you go to a taco place, it's all taco Mexican food. You go to Latin food, it's all Latin. You go to, you know, but to put all that, because your client base, you know, may not just want, you know, Southern food. They may want, you may have a friend that's, you know, that likes Jamaican food. So they'll be able to experience all that in one place. So.
That's incredible. Yeah. So you guys are also doing special events on a regular basis, such as Wednesday Wine Down and TGIF Experience. What do you guys want to do regularly, and then what can people look forward to in the future?
Well, we're definitely the Wine Down Wednesday was an event that we started with very popular DJ. His name is Kevin, but he goes by the name of DJ Big Daddy.
Okay.
A very good friend of mine, very good brother. And has a New Orleans, Louisiana Saint type crowd. Okay. So it was, you know, just something to bring people in, you know, the middle of the week, you know, kind of winding down, getting ready for the weekend, you know, and just very relaxing, just good music, great food, and just we got a lot of things going on in the world, you know, dealing with COVID, just dealing with, you know, it's time for us to allow ourselves to just relax and enjoy life and do that with food, you know, and just with people that you care about. So.
I love that.
Yeah, and some of the things we got looking forward in the future is we're expanding the back.
Oh, wow.
In the back where we're going to do an outdoor patio.
Okay.
And we're going to do have some adult-sized games, you know, like your horseshoe throwing, you know, the old games that we grew up with, you know, as little kids. You know what I mean? You know, world is changing. Kids don't know about those things.
Right.
So, and incorporating something like that in the back. We look forward to having that done probably early summer, you know,
Very
probably
nice.
late May, early June. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a great way to kick off the weekend, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, you just come in and be a kid, you know,
Yeah.
be a grown kid, you know, play some tic-tac-toe,
Yeah.
adult-sized tic-tac-toe games.
Yeah.
We're going to do some, we're going to set up and we're going to do movie night outside with a
Oh, that's
projector.
amazing.
Yeah, we're going to have a projector where we do movie nights with some straw bales and, you know, just be able to just relax, man, and just forget about all the things that's going on in the world and just come back to normal, man, to know some type of normalcy in life, you know. So,
Yeah. I love that.
yeah.
So you started as not a food truck, but a catering business, right? And then you got into working with the Cowboys. Where did it go? Where did it start? So you would go from Grandma's Kitchen, and then where do you go? And then how do you get to the catering?
Wow, man, that's a step. Well, when I was, getting out, when I was growing up, you know, always in the kitchen. I grew up.
Now, was that? Sorry, not to cut you off. Did you want to be in the kitchen, or did
Oh
Grandma
yeah,
make you
trust
be in the
me, it
kitchen?
was something that my grandmother and I had a very special bond.
Okay,
you know,
good.
so I always wanted to be around her, and she was always in the kitchen. So it just landed up me being around her, wanting to be around her, and her being in the kitchen. So it just kind of put those two things together, you know. And when I was, like I said, I grew up in the South, so we chop cotton.
Yeah.
You know, we chop cotton and just that culture and that part of life taught me a lot. You know, and when I was 15, I started working at a Mexican restaurant where I started off as a dishwasher.
Okay.
And a busboy, and then I was promoted to a cook.
Yeah. Wow.
And then this guy back home gave me a chance to do some barbecue.
Okay.
And so I was 16 and 16 years old, a head cook. 16, and he never sold barbecue in a Mexican restaurant. So we sold barbecue ribs, and that's how it started. Really, it's just started, just that way, and went off to college and went back to my first love. And cooking is the thing that I enjoy doing. And I'm very passionate about doing. So why not do something that you're passionate about doing?
Right.
And just kind of endeavored in different things as far as helping other restaurants get out of trouble,
Right.
Reestablishing how they run their business and things like that. So it was pretty. That's in catering. It's just something that just kind of fell in. I was.
Right.
Out of work,
Right?
You know what I mean. So it's like no job. So
Yeah.
you what do? You what's your gifts, your talent? You use those gifts and talents and apply them to a way to make some type of form of income. So, and that's how it started. We moved here to Dallas in 2001 and didn't have a job, so I started cooking and selling plates.
Wow.
And the lady gave me a chance to cater a wedding, and we're here. So, yeah.
So, what was it like working with the Cowboys? I mean, now you're literally right across the street.
Yeah.
Kind of the drive is almost the same, but you'd make a different turn.
Oh yeah. Well, it was a very great experience,
Yeah.
man. It taught me a lot about the kitchen. It taught me how to set expectations in the kitchen, set
Right.
expectation in the dining, because it was very high end. It was. I mean, you dealt with exclusiveness of clients. It wasn't just your regular everyday John Doe. You dealt with America's team. And America's owner. You know what I'm saying? So, but I negate a lot of that to. I give a lot of credit to my. Boss, Stacy Bowers.
Okay.
If she'd hear this, she'd probably think man, he giving me a shout out. But Stacy Bowers was she was a very hard person,
Okay.
but she was fair. She expect nothing but perfection, and it in some way, form, or fashion, it's good and bad.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But it instilled in me to look the same way, to accept nothing. Anything you do, Patrick, it needs to be perfect, or close as perfect as you can get it.
Right.
And it motivated me to want perfection, to want things to be right, taste right, look right, just everything, ingredients right. So that's what I took away from there. It wasn't so much about the experience of cooking for America's team, but it was just mostly what I've learned through her ambition and how hard she was.
Right.
Yeah, but it taught me a lot. And anyone that has worked for her or worked under her will tell you the exact same thing. She's definitely someone that you would everyone should at least shadow at one point in time in their life. Yeah, especially in the culinary world.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what can people expect from your regular menu, and then also you guys have a brunch menu as well? So
Regular menu is something that we.
you touched on it earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be something that we're adding to it. We're going to change it out. You'll have your 4 staple items that's going to continue to be on the menu, which is the fried chicken, the catfish, the jerk lamb chops.
Ooh.
Those are going to be your staples, but we'll change out some of the items, with different things as we build up a strong enough team to be able to handle the preparation of the food.
Right.
I don't want to bring some very exclusive meals in here that we're not ready to we're not able to perfect.
Right.
And like I said, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, is making it as perfect as possible. So, but you can look forward to some very creative dishes. We got a tomahawk steak that's going to be rolling out here in about a couple weeks.
Okay.
With some fingerling herb, garlic fingerling potatoes, with a nice vegetable medley sitting on a butcher box platter. You're going to have a ballish platter coming out with the 12-ounce T-bone with the seafood boil, with the loaded baked potato. So we have some very great dishes coming this way, man. Arlington, you definitely you got an experience in the city that's going to be coming. So
I mean, you're already making me drool, and I can't even have it
yeah.
yet.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I love creating and love doing just great food and simple. You just keeping it simple, going to the basics, nothing too fancy.
Right.
But making sure that everyone guests have a great culinary experience and a great, just have great food, great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not just trying to do like the tiny blog chef stuff.
No. We filling the plates up, man. They got to go plates, man.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's definitely worth your money to come, and you definitely leave full, and you'll take some food home and eat the next day.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So you do Sunday brunches.
Yes.
What do we
Sunday
got on the menu for that?
Sunday brunch, I was trying to roll out, use some of my, like I say, some culinary experiences with, as far as coursing brunches out, but, in this day and era, we're dealing with the lack of professional people that's in the industry now, as far as the culinary industry that's taken a big hit, as far as, people going to changing careers and things. So the experience is not there. So we're dealing with some issues that, as far as unexperienced people. Right. So I have to go back to the drawing board. It's like a teacher. When I used to teach school, you have kids that learn at one pace, and then you have kids that learns at another pace, and you're trying to teach on the pace where the other kids, so these kids won't suffer. So you have to meet them in the middle.
Right.
So in meeting them in the middle, we're going to go back to the drawing board, and we're just going to do separate breakfast entrees and separate lunch entrees, and just allow the guests to be able to choose what they want. You know what I mean? So just taking it to the basics, just taking it back, and recognizing that you have to grow with the people that you have. You can't you can't have an expectation higher than the people that you that's performing the expectation.
Right.
So and that's the things I learned from Stacy. You meet people where they at. And so that's what I have to do. So
and then just bring them up to your level.
Just bring them up to their level when they get there. And I think as people, if we understand that more, then world be better. Just accept people for where they at and try to reach them and meet them where they at. Right. And if they want to go, then you try to elevate them. If they won't, that's their choice.
Right. No, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
But always keep teaching people and never stop. Don't give up on people.
Don't give up on people, man. Because I had a lot of people to give up on me, but then I have very few people that believed in me. And it allowed me, and those were the right people,
right?
That allowed me to kind of be where I'm at today.
Always surround yourself with people that elevate you to levels that you want to be.
Yeah,
that's why they are around you.
Yeah, to be better.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I'm saying? Yeah, if you can't, my wife, she is my biggest inspiration, man. She, man, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Right.
She pushed me beyond measure. It's like, where you have a rubber band and you stretch it to the point to where you think it's going to break. But she has been my biggest fan, biggest supporter, and she's been everything. So I owe a lot of everything that we're accomplishment, man. It's just being by my side. So
I mean, a good relationship is you're cheering both of each other on.
Yeah,
so by also challenging each other in a good way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a segment on the show called Tournament of Toppings. We're trying to find the best pizza place in Arlington. What is your favorite pizza place in Arlington?
Oh man, well, not being from Arlington, and not.
Where's your favorite pizza place in general? Then?
Well, man. To be honest with you, it's at the farmers market.
Is it?
In Dallas? Yeah.
I don't think I definitely haven't had that one.
Oh man, you have to go to the farmers market in Dallas. I can't even think of the name. I want to say it's Bellagio's or something, man. But yeah, man, they have this fire, wood burning pizza oven, man, and oh my gosh, the crust, the dough is amazing. It's so good, man.
Okay.
I always get the sausage and mozzarella, man.
Ooh, that sounds
so good, man. Yeah.
Well, now I have a reason to go out to Dallas.
Yeah. Go to farmers market to the pizza market. It's good, man.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know some places here. I know we have a Cane Rosso now that also does the fire oven.
Okay.
And then Corky's in South Arlington also does a fire oven.
Okay.
And then we have a Blaze Pizza, but I think that's a chain. So.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That's great, man. Yeah. I love pizza, so what I'm saying. So I mean, it's a good thing to know. So.
Yeah, we got New York. We got. We don't have Chicago deep dish. Yeah. We had it, but they left years ago. Yeah. I mean, we have Geno's, which is good. Again, it's a chain also.
It's a chain too. I stay away from chains, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the mom and pop because they love what they're doing.
Right. There's a better story behind it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a better story, man.
And you can taste the food. You can taste the love. Yeah.
You can taste the story, man.
Right.
You can taste everything about it. It's the sauce. It's even the pizza place there, man. The sauce is amazing.
Right.
It is simple stuff. It's just some canned 74 canned sauce, but whatever they add to it, man, it is so good.
It's always just a special blend of this spices.
Special blend, a little bit of this, man. Make it your own, man. That's what all this culinary experience is all about.
Yeah, that's exactly
Making
right.
it your own.
Yes. So where can people find you guys online and follow you guys on social media?
Oh, man, on social media, you can follow us at Ella_Bees. Ella Bees on Instagram. You can follow us Ella Bees on Facebook. You can find us here in Arlington at 1004 North Collins Street, right across, like you said, adjacent from the Cowboy Stadium, right next to AT&T phone service building here in the shopping plaza. just Google Ella Bees, and it should show up. But we're new, so
Right.
you may have challenges. So just know where, if you know where the Cowboy Stadium at, we're right right across the street in the plaza. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Patrick, thank you so much for your time,
Oh, yeah.
and I look forward to enjoying all this food.
Oh man, thank you so much,
Yeah,
John, for
anytime.
having me, man. Appreciate it. It's an honor, man.
All right. Well, thank you to our guests, Urban Tree Merchants and Patrick from Ella Bees. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking to us and letting us help you tell your stories. Both of these people and these businesses are wonderful, so definitely check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Go get something to eat, and then go get yourself a new kitchen table that's made out of a 100-year-old pecan tree or something.
Ella Bees is a fantastic date night place. So take your date to Ella Bees. You're not going to regret it.
You're not going to regret it. Guaranteed from Rhodey of Arlington Citizen Media.
Rhodey Garrett.
All right, so every Monday is trivia night at Dr. Jekyll's in Pantego. So go out and, do some trivia, and grab a beer, and support local, right?
Exactly. I mean, they got so many good stuff on tap, so might as well. Every Thursday from 5 to 7, Grounds and Gold is hosting the open mic. I do host it every other week, so, if you enjoy hearing my voice here, you get to hear it live. Maybe I'll do some knock-knock jokes from a book. Maybe I will bring artists together. It's always a fun night. You never know what's going to happen at these open mics.
When's the next time you're hosting?
Not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Great. I think I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm vaxxed now, so I'm ready to get back out there and
Yeah.
do things. All right, so if you didn't get enough trivia on Monday at Dr. Jekyll's, I have shock of shocks. I got something for you. Every Thursday night is trivia night at Division Brewing.
Hey!
So if you didn't have enough beer at Jekyll's and you didn't have enough trivia, well, get your fill at Division Brewing. Go up there and talk to Wade and get the belt, man. They have a belt. Get the belt.
Yeah. Get caffeinated at Grounds of Gold and then go show off your big old brains over at Division. And then also, every second and fourth Tuesday at Create Arlington, they have their own open mic / poetry night. So it's just spoken word. It's always a wonderful time. Even Mark Jokel said he got up there. So get out there.
And this Saturday, May 29th, is a killer rock show happening down at Caves Lounge. Abel Delilah, Frio Trio, Flight by Nothing. Starts at 10 p.m. Come out, see some of the best bands that Arlington has to offer at I personally feel is one of the cooler bars in Arlington.
Caves is a staple of Arlington. If you grew up in Arlington and never went to Caves, did you grow up in Arlington?
You didn't, actually. So, all right. So with that being said, check out all those places because we always want to
make sure to go and eat local, drink local, and
go rediscover your city.
Tag us and send those pictures over to us on Facebook, Arlington Citizen Media, Twitter, ATX Citizen Media. Tag us on Instagram, Arlington Citizen Media, and send those pictures the old-fashioned way. Email arlingtoncitizenmedia@gmail.com. Also go to our website, www.arlingtoncitizenmedia.com. Don't forget to subscribe and give those 5-star reviews of the downtown at Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and also hit us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.